Good day, each and everyone. I am here today to discuss about essentialism. So, let's define what is essentialism. So, essentialism means extremely important or necessary, or it is a very basic. The suffixes of essentialism are belief, style, attitude, and other more. So essentialism means a belief that something is necessary. So the philosophy of essentialism is an American philosophy of education which began in the 1930s and 1940s. The two origins of essentialism is from idealism and realism. And essentialist refers to the basic education. Essentialist believes in teaching the basic subjects. So we have also here the philosopher or the founder of essentialism. First is William Bagley. He popularized the term essentialism in 1930s. So William Bagley introduced philosophy of essentialism of education during 1930s, and he was an American philosopher. So essentialists believe that essentialism tries to instill all students with the most basic knowledge, skills, and character development. Essentialist believes that students should be brought to be the model citizen. And essentialists believe that teachers should teach traditional moral values and virtues. So the purpose of schooling is to prepare students to be passive, productive, contributing members of society. For the essentialists, the aim of education is to teach the young the essentials they need to live well in the modern world. And the essentialists teach the basic subjects only. So we have here the curriculum of essentialism. First is the mathematics. So the natural science, the history, foreign language, and literature. So these are the curriculum of the essentialism. So, as I have said earlier, the essentialism are the basic education taught to students. So the teacher's rule. So in the essentialist, we have here the teacher's rule. The teacher's rule, essentialism as a teacher-centered philosophy. So the teacher teaches discipline and hard work. The teacher is an expert of content knowledge, and the teacher is the accountable for student learning. Therefore, the essentialism is a teacher-centered. Therefore, the teacher only has the power over the students. So the teacher's rules are as an expert, as an impart essential knowledge, and direct focused task. We have the teacher's rule, so we need to have teaching strategies. So first one is use instructional strategies, lecture, memorization, homework, teacher and subject centered, and mastery of learning. So these are the strategies needed in order to meet the essentialism. Rule, we have also here the role of the students. So students should be passive and be ready to learn what the teacher presents to them. Students rule, just listen and learn, and trust that the teacher knows best. So all the teaching that the teacher taught to the students should be believed by the students. So we have here the curriculum of essentialism. It is a strong emphasis on basic skills in elementary school and on discipline knowledge and scholastic achievement in secondary schools. There should be a common core curriculum that is taught to all students, and essentialists believes that the core knowledge could change. Why do the school needs essentialism in education system? In order for the students to acquire basic knowledge, skills, and values, and to hopefully transmit the traditional moral values and intellectual knowledge, and students need to become model citizen. So we have also criticisms of essentialism in education. So not all the things here in essentialism are good for the students. But we have also we have here the positive one. We have the stability of education, and the negative one is students take more on the passive role on their education. So these are the references that I have met during my research. Thank you and God bless. I am also tasked to report about the philosophical foundation of education, the Reconstructivism. So what is social reconstructivism? It is a philosophy that emphasizes the addressing of social questions and quest to create a better society and worldwide democracy. So the significant goals for reconstructivism are social values, human justice, freedom and democracy, world peace, human community, economic justice, and equality of opportunity. We have also here the cultural crisis. So in the cultural crisis belongs the political, social, and economical development. So Reconstructionist educators focus on a curriculum that highlights social reform as the aim of education. We have here reforming society, which emphasizes that education among students, the children to how to believe. We have also heard the school purpose and creating democracy. The two premises of Reconstructionism. We have the society is in need of constant reconstruction or change, and social change involves a reconstruction of education in constructing a society. So Reconstructionist educators, or the founder of Reconstructivism, first is Theodore Brameld, a philosopher and visionary educator and founder of social deconstructionism as a response to the horror of World War II. He believes that education had the responsibility to mold human beings into cohesive and compassionate society. School become powerful force for social and political change. So education as a power. So they transmit culture to modify, and social reconstructionism involves school, teacher, and student. So therefore they have the democracy. Next one is George Count. So George Count is the founder of Liberty Party Progressive educator. He is an educator, a sociologist, and political activist. He recognized that education was the means of preparing people to creating this new social order. And he believes that teacher educators use school as a means of critiquing and transforming the social order. The third one is Paulo Freire. So Paulo Freire is a Brazilian whose experiences living in poverty led him to champion education and literacy as the vehicle for social change. He believes that humans must learn to resist oppression and not become its victim nor oppress others. And he saw teaching and learning as a process of inquiry in which the child must invent and reinvent the world. So these are the aim in education, or the aims in education. First one is a rule of school, rule of the teacher, and the curriculum emphasis. So as a rule of school, they encourage students to encourage the students to strive to inspire students and prepare students to become world. We have also heard that teaching methods used in constructionism. And the attributes of educational philosophy. So in the philosophical orientation, we have the theoretical orientation, and the pragmatism is the reconstructionism. So as you look at the table, we have the philosophical orientation corresponds to its pragmatism. So direction in time, we have the growth, reconstruct present, change society, shape future. Educational values, we have changeable, subjective learning, self-learning. The educational process focus on active self-learning. Intellectual focus, engage in problem solving and social tasks. Subject matter, all have similar values. Learning, exploratory, and discovery. So grouping, we have heterogeneous or cultural diverse. The teacher facilitates, coaches, change agent. The students engages, discover, construct knowledge. The social individualism, citizenship, personal or social development, freedom and democracy, creativeness, self-actualization and direct experience, excellence versus equality, equality of education, equal change to disadvantage, and society is individual growth, individual ability, importance of individualism. So that's all for the Reconstructionism or Reconstructivism. Thank you and God bless.